guys ready? Let's roll. We do have a cow sale next Monday. We will have a cow sale next Monday, but not Tuesday or Wednesday. What's going on here? Whitman cows. 7 to 10 years old. 155, 55, 57, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2.5, going to get 5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 750, and 67.5, 7.5, 7.5, 70, going to get 70, not 2.5, 72.5, 72.50, and 70, going to get 2.5, going to be 72.5, 72.5, 71, 2, and 71, going to be 2, 71, 2, 3, and 73, 74, 74, 73, 74, 73, going to get $4.5, and 75 here, 75 here, 74 to 5 here, 74, hand 5 here, he'll get a ball, 74, 5 here, 74 and a half, 5 here, cabinets, 173, or 4, put him on number 3, cab 3. 65, and 65, 75, 75, 79, 2.5, 75 here, 75, 75, 80, and now here to be 83, good to be 80, 83, good to be 1A, 79, 80, and down here, good to be 80, 89, 80, 79, good to be 85, good to be 85, good to be 89, good to be 89, good to be 80 here, good to be 80 here, Gibbon 179, Gibbon. Still out, or you get it? 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, 55, 57, 7, 60, 60, 2.5, 5, and 55, 7, 70, 70, going to be 70, and down here 79, 79, 1, and 71 here, 72, 71, 2, 71, going to be 2, 2, 3, and 73, 73, 74, 74, 73, 74, and 73, 4, 73, 4, 5, and now 5, 75, 6, 75, 600, and 75, 76 here, 75, 6 here, S, 175 on 2. Got to get you a Generac. They're proud of them. 8 to 10 year old, and they're 5 to 7 months. Come on, William, guys. $1.50. 152 and a half, and 52 and a half, you get 5, 55, 57 and a half, going to be 60, you get 2 and a half, you get 5, 7 and a half, 70 and a half, 70, 172 and a half, 72, 55, and 75 here, 75, 50, and 77 and a half here, going to be 77 and a half, 80, and now 82 and a half, you get 2 and a half, 5, 85, 85, 85, 87 and a half, going to be 87 and a half, going to be 90 here, going to be 100, 100, you get 92, 50, and 95 there, you get 95, 97 and a half, 97 and a half, going to be $2, and $2 bill on 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, now 5, and 2 and a half, you get 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 10, going to be 210, you get 210, you get 210, but about 210, and 210 of a pound, going to be 10, but about 10, 10, 210, 210, Chris, 27 and a half, 16. Bad crippled. That's kind of the reason why I weighed him. Crippled. 155, 55, 55, 55, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, going to be 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, going to get 70, 2 and a half, 72, 55, and 75, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 80, and now 80, give 80 there, 80, give 80 there, going to be 80, give 80 there, going to be 80, going to be 80, going to be 80 down, 80 here, Doug, 177 and a half, 5. Doug. What's the ages? 8 to 10-year-olds. 3 and 4 months bred, it looks like. 155 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 7, 7, 60, 60, 2 and a half, not 2 and a half, and now 5, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 70, 70, 2 and a half, 5, and 77 and a half, 83, group 80, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, 85, 87, group 87, group 92, group 190, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 95, 97, 97, 50, and 97, group 97 and a half, here, group half here, Jace, 195. 10. Nine-year-old cows are 5 months bred, 155. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 57, 7, 7, 57, 60, and now 60, 60, 60, 60, 7, going to be 160, and 60 down, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7, 7, 7, 70, 70, 72 and a half, and 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 77 and a half here, 80 there, going to be 81, 82 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, 85, 85, 87, going to be 87, going to be 87, going to be 87, going to be 87, bit of a half here, Jace, 185, 10. Yep. Will these ever go extinct or no? Never, will they? Never. $1 pound, 105, $5, and 105 here, good to be 105, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, and 10, good to be 110, but 10, 10, 15, and 20, and 20, 120, good to be 25 here, 25 and 30, 30, 30, good to be 30, 30, good to be 30, 30, 27 and a half, 30, and 30, 30, and hands down 32 and a half, 2 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, 5, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, now 35, 7 and a half, and 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, good to be 40, 140, and 40, 40, 30, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, Terry, 137 and a half on 7. White face is coming. Oh, yeah. Brainerd's. 3 to 5 years old, $1.50 a pound, 155, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, here, 55, 55, 60, and 55, 60, there, 5, 60, there, 5, 60, and 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 60, and now 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, now 70, 170, 250, and 75, and 75, 75, 75, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 77, 50, and 77 and a half, here, going to be 80, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 87 of hand, going to be 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 87, 50, 87 and a half, going to be 87 and a half here, bit of a half here, going to be 87 and a half here, sell the cattle, 185. What's the name? Brett. 1 T or 2 T's? 2 T's. 55, 55, and 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 250, and 62 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, 1 3, and 3 5, and 65, 7, 7, 7, 7, 5, 7, high, going to be 9, going to get 9, 7, now 9, going to be 69, and 7, bit of 9, going to get 9, going to be 9, going to get 9, going to be 9, going to get 9 here, Doug, 167, 5. 6-year cow, 135 and 35 and 35 and 35, 40, we get 35, we get 40, 35, we get 40, 35, 40 and 35, 40, 40, 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 45, 45, 45, 50 and now 5 and 55, 65 and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half. Jace, 160 on 30. Brett, what's your last name, sir? I can't hear you. Patrick? Pescick from Mountain View.
Oh, okay. He's got sheep. Yep.
Have I sold some for him? Have I sold any for him?
No, not that kind.
Not show sheep? That'll be 105 and 105 here. Good 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 10, 105, 105, $1.05 a pound. Going to be 105, 105, 105 here. S $1, one. Little bag of bones been out all night. You ever heard that song?
Nope. I could have stayed all night in Nashville.
I bet. 5 years and she's 4 months. 65 and 65 and 65 and 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 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 750 and now 70, 70 and 2 and a half, 2 5 and 75, 7 and a half, 80 and now 82 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 81 3 and now 3, 3 5 here, going to be 85, 85, 83, 85 here, going to be 83, 85, going to be 83, 85, going to be 83, 85 here, given 183. Five by 4, 65. As it get 5, 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 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, even get 70, even get 2 and a half, 72, 50, and 70, bit of 2 and a half, 5, and 75, 50, 77 and a half, 80, 83, 5, 85, 85, and 100, going to be 100, 100, 95, and 95, $2, and 95, it get 2, going to be 95, it get 2, going to be 95, it get 2, Yost, 195, Yost. She bred? Nope, just a 3-year-old. $2. 205 and 205, 205 205 and 205 and 5 here, going to be $5.55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, going to be 5, going to be 70, 5, going to be 75, going to be 80 and 85 here, going to be 85, 85 here, 85, 90 here, 95 and 95, 95, 95, 95, $2 a pound, going to be 205. Where were you guys at when I started her at 205? 205, 205, 210. I mean, dang. 215, 220. Get more like my dad every week. 220, 220, 220. You got to ask my wife. 220. And Tone, 215. 3 years and she's 2 months bred. Well, starters, so you guys don't have to back up. 500. 500 and 500 and 500, 750 and 7, 1,000, 50,000, going to be 1,000, 12 and a half, going to be 15, 17 and a half, 2,000, 22 and a half, 2,100 and 21 and 21, 21, 21, 21, 2,100 here, 2,100 here, 2,100 here, sold her 2,000. What's the name? Warfield? Did I say it right? Gotcha. Brett. Yeah, I'll see when yours show up on Wednesday how we get along. 65, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 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 70, even get 70, even get 2 and a half, 70, 255, and 75 here, 75, 77, 35, and 73, even get 7, 77, 77, 75, 7, and 75, even get 77, 75, even get 77 here, given 175. Dollar bid, 105, and 105 here. Good to be 105, good to be 5 and 10, good to be 110, 15, 120, and 25, 25, 25, and 30, good to get 30, and 35, good to get 35, 35, 40, good to be 145, and 45 here, 45, 50, good to get 50, 10, 45, good to get 50, and 45, good to get 50 there, good to be 150, good to get 50, good to get 50, 45, good to get 50, Doug, 145, 5X. Yeah, see, that's a lot better. Yeah, you.
We're just gonna set you in.
Two-year-old. $1.50. $1.55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 60, 55, going to be 70, 55, going to be 80, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, here, going to be 85, do it, 90, and 95, and 95, $95, $2 here, going to be 205, and 205, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, here, now 510, 210, 15, and 215, 20, and now 25 here, going to be 225 here, bit of 5 here, going to be 225 here, just 220, 11X. $1.35 and 35. You give out 35, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 40 and a half, 42 and a half, 45. You get 7 and a half, you get 50, you get 2 and a half, 52, 55 and 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half. Going to be 60, you get 2 and a half, 250 and 60, you get 2 and a half, bit of that here 5 and 65 and half, 5 and half, 5, you get 5, you get 5, you get 5 here now 5, 7 and a half and 67 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half. Doug, 165 on 5. $55 and 55, 57 and 57 and going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, 5 and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 67 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 70 now, 70 now, 70 and 70 get 70 there, going to be 70, going to get 70, going to get 70 here, Jace, 67 and a half on 30. Five-year-old cow, $1.55 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 35 and 35, 40, you get 35 and 40 and half high, 45, 45, Doug, you're at 45 and 45 there, you get 45, 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 45, 45, 45, 45, S, 140 on 3. Wendy? Well, she is a 4-year-old. She's 3 months bred. $1.50. $1.55 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 60, 60, $1.60 and 55, 7 and a half, 60 now, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 250 and 60, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half here, Warfield, 160. $10 years, she's 5 months bred, $1.50. Now 2 and a half, and 50, we get 2 and a half, and 50, and 2 and a half, we get 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 2 and a half, 5, and 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, going to be 60, we get 60, we get 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, and 65, now 5, 65, and 65, we get 5, we get 5, now 5, we get 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 5 here, Jace, 62 and a half, 10. Hi, Kent. Hi, Kate. Kind of rough bag. 9 years, she's 6 months bred. Make sure you lock your bag, gentlemen. 150 and half, 5 and 55 and 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 57, 50 and 50, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half here, 57 and 60 and half, 60, we get 60, you're going to be 60, we get 60 here, Jace, 57 and a half, 10. JoJo. Two and open here, 250. 255 and 55 and 55, 55, that's better. 255 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and tone, 250. 55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 6 roll, 55, 57, 7, 7, 57, 57, 7, 7, 57, 57, 50, and 57, 5, 57, 5, 57, 57, 60, and now 60, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7, 7, 70, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 75, 50, and now 80, you get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 82 and a 5, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 85 here, Kyle, 180, 2 and a half, Kyle, 21. Nice cow, isn't she? 65, and 65, 70, 2 and a half, 72, 55, and 77 and a half, and 77 and a half here, and bit of a half here, 77, 67, and 77 of 8, 78, 79, good to be 9, good to be 80, good to be 80, good to be 9, good to be 89, good to be 81, 81 here, good to be 81, $1 here, good to be 81, 81, 81, 81 here, good to be 81, bit of a 1 here, good to be 81, S, 180, 2. Go right on, 75, and 75 of 5 here, 75, 77 of hand, 77 of hand, 77 of hand, 80, and how 80, you give 83, going to be 81, 81, 81, 81, 81, 81 here, 2, 82, going to be 81, $2, 81, 2 there, going to be 81, 2, going to be 81, $2, going to be 81, bit of a 2, going to be 81, bit of a 2, D, 181, on 2. 65, and 65, and 65, 65, 7 and a half, 70, 2 and a half, 75, 77 and a half, going to be 81, 81, 81, 81, 83, going to be 80, 83, going to be 9, 81, 81, 2, going to be 81, 2, 81, 2, Rob, you're out, 81, 82, and down 2, 3, 84, 85, 85, 84, 85 here, going to be 85 here, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, D, 184, 2. Cabinets. Didn't get any of them, did he? We lost the Josh deal. We did, yeah. 7 and 8 or 6 to 8 year old cows are 4 months bred. 2,000. 2100 and 21 and 22, we get 3, we get 4, we get 5, 25 and a half, 25 and a half, 25 and a half, going to be 25, 5600 and 26 and 25 and a half, going to be 2600, 5 and a half, going to be 2600, 25 and a half, going to be 2600 and 25 and a half, going to be 2600, 5 and a half, going to be 2600, 5 and a half, going to be 2600 here, Jace, 25, 50, 10. One 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, tie your house, 61, 3, and half, 3, we get 3, we get 3, go to 3, hand 1, we get 3, we get 3, hand 1, we get 3, going to be 1, we get 3, cabinets, 161, put up on number 3. Not bad, Brad. What color are we going to wear tomorrow, Lyd? 155, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55, 55, and 55, 55, 7 and a half, and 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 60, and now 60, we get 2 and a half, and now 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, but with that, you're going to be 60, we get 2 and a half, going to be 60, we get 2 and a half, Jace, 160 on 30. Might be. That's crazy how 2 days in a row. Young. Should we wait until Wednesday? Leaning Oak. I know this guy. They don't bring $3 peel. Okay, but you $3 or better will peel. Okay. 250. 255 and 55 and 55 and 55 and 60, 55, going to be 70, 55, going to be 80, 55, going to be 90, 55 and 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95 and 95 and 95, going to be 95, 95, 3 and 95, 3 and 95, 3 and 95, 3 and 97 and a half and 97 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 97, 50 and 97 and a half, 97 and a half, 97 and a half, going to be 3 and 97 and a half, going to be 3 and 97 and a half, going to be 3 and 97 and a half, going to be 3 Koi 297 and a half, 8. They had a good home, didn't they? 55 and 55 and 55 and 57 and 57 and 7 and 7 and 57 and 57 50 and 57 and 60 and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5 and 65 7 and 7 and 70 70 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 71 and 70 71 2 71 2 71 2 2 3 and 72 3 and 2 3 4 and 74 here 73 74 74 73 74 73 4 and 73 4 $73 4 and a half 3 4 cabinets 173 10. 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 57, 7 7 7 7 57, 7 7 7 60, and down 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 7 7 7 7 70, 70, now 70, and down 70, 70, 70, going to be 70, 70, down 70 here, going to be 70, 70 here, D, 67 and a half, 2. Buy them and love them, is that what you said? Yeah. Believe it or not, they come with them same cows that had a good home. Uh-oh. Let's sell 2. Let's sell 2 that have a living, somewhat of a chance to live. Dollar bid, 105, and $100 here, good to 105, 85, 75, 80, and 75, good to be 80, 75, good to be 80, 75, now 80, and now 80, good to be 80, good to give 80, good to be 80, give 80, 75, good to be 80, now 80, good to be 80, now 75, good to be 80 here, S, 75 on 1.
14 and 15.
You want that cow to go with them? You can have her. Yeah, pin her with, let them all go. Okay, hold your gate. S1, wasn't it? S1. I think I'm just going to give that cow to John. Does anybody have any arguments with that? Just no price, just outside. Just pin her with those other ones. No value. Young bulls. $2, 205, and 205, get 5, get 5, get 5, now 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 205, and 10, and 15, and 15, 20, and 22, 25, and 25, 25, 25, and 30, get 230, now 30, 30, 35, and 35, 35, 40, get 2, 40, 40, get 45, get 45, go to 245, and 45, 50, and 50, get 50, get 50, 45, get 50, 45, get 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, get 5, and 55, get 55, get 55, get 55, get 50, now 5, now 55, 55, Terry, 250, 12. $2. $205, and 205, get 5, get 5, get 5, get 5, get 5, get 5, 205, and 205, get 5, get 5, get 5, get 5, get 5, 205 here, going to be 205 here, going to be 180, and now 5, 85 there, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 87, going to be 87, going to be 90, going to be 90, going to be 90, going to be 90, 90, 90, 90, and 90 here, 2.5, and 92.5, what about 1, 92, and 92, 93, we get 3, and 93, we get 3, 4, and 93, we get 4, and 93, we get 4, 4, 5, and 95 here, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 90, and 5 here, S, 194, 60, 1X. $210, and $210, we get 12 of the van, but a 10, 12 of the van, but a 10, 12 of the van, 10, 10, 12.50, and $210, we get 12 of the van, going to be 10, 12 of the van, going to be $2 a pound, going to be 2.5, and 2.5, we get 2.5, going to be 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, going to be 2.5, and now half here, going to be 2.5, we get 2, what other way, lid? 1901, got $2 bid, going to be 202.5. 1, 2. 3, 203, 204, 205. Gibbon, 204, bull. Yeah. You bought 3, we'll give you 4, kind of like I did with John. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All going to go, guys. 185, 185, 85 there. Going to be 85 there. Going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here. 65, and 65, 65, 7.5, 72 and a half, 75, 77 and a half, 80, and now 80 there. 81 here. 81 2, 83, 82 3, 83, 83 here. 84, 84 here. 84, now 5, 85 there. Going to be 85, 85, 85, 600, 86 here. 87 here. 87, 87, 87 here. Now 8, $80 here. 80, hey there, good day, there, good 80, hey, good day, there, good 87, good dollar, 87, good 180, hey there, good 87, good day, there, good 87, good day, there, sold 187, put them on Doug, 7X. Rondas. 4 and 5-year-olds. $55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 57 60, and now 60, we get 60, bit of a 60, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, and we get about 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, we get 70, we get 2 and a half, 75, and 77 and a half, now 80, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, 85, 87 and a half, and 93, we get 100, we get 2 and a half, 92, 50, and 100, we get 2 and a half, bit of a half, we get 90, we get 2 and a half, Kyle, 190, 21. Same ladies' cattle. 55, 55, 57, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, going to be 7 and a half, now 70, now 70, going to be 70, going to get 70, now 70, and 170, going to get 70, going to get 70, going to be 9, going to be 70, going to be 71, and 70, 71, 71, 71, 72, 71, 2, 71, going to be 2, 2 to 3, and 73, going to get 3, 73, going to get 4, 73, going to get 4, 73, going to get 4, and 73, 74, 73, now 4, and 73, going to get $4, 73, going to get 4, 73, going to get $4, going to get 4, D, 173. 2. That deal's Saturday. God. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, and they get 1, has they get 1, 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 hey, 1, hey, 1, 2, and down 2, we get 2, 61, 62, and they get 1, 2, 1, 2, hey, 1, we get 2, we get 2, 61, down 2, D, 161, 3. $155, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 51, and 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 2, 3, and 53, 53, and 53, 53, and 4, and 53, 54, 53, 54, 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 5, 5, 55, here, Doug, 154, 5X. Two-year-olds? 2, 2, and a 4. Sell the 2 2-year-olds.
51 and 42.
The 2 black ones, lid. 255, and 55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 60, and 55, 60 there, 55, 60 there, 55, 65, and 65, 70, we get 275, 275, 80, we get 2, 82, 82, 82, 75, 80, and 75, group of 2, 80, 75, group of 2, 75, 85, 85, and 90, we get 2, 90, we get 2, 90, group of 85, we get 90, group of 85, we get 90, group of 85, we get 90, Coy, 285. 8. Put them on. Put them on. We need to pull the 4-year-old off. Put him on 88. 155 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 57, 50, 60, and down 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 600, and 6, 7, and 7 and a half, 67, 7 and 7 and 7 and 9, good to 9, 70, 70, good to be 70, 79, 70, and 1, and 70, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, bit of 1 here, 71, and 71 here, 71 here, 71, 70, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, D, 170, on 2. Well, time 65, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 70, 70, 2 and a half, 5, 77 and a half, group 80, 2 and a half, and 5, 87 and a half, group 87 and a half, group 190, 90, group 90, 190, 190, group 190, and 190, group 90, group 90, group 90, group 90, group 90, given bull, 187 and a half, bull X. $2, 2 and a half, and $2, 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, group 7 and a half, group 10, 12 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, group 10, 12 and a half, group 210, 1250, and 210, we get 12 and a half, 15, and 15, we get 15, we get 15, we get 15, 13, 15, and 13, we get 50, 13, we get 50, 13, we get 15, group 13, we get 15, we get 15, we get 15, we get 50 here, so about 2, 13, Gibbon, boo. $2, 2 and a half, and $2, 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, but about 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half here, 185, 87 and a half, could be 7 and a half, 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 7 and 90, we get 90, but 91, and 90, 91, 91, 91, 91, 93, we get 33, and 95, and 95 here, 95, 95, 93, we get 5, 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 Gibbon Bull, 193. Brett, you can't load out yet. Our loadout man sitting in the ring.
Okay.
Surely Antone can do it by himself. 185, 85 there, going to be 85, 87 and a half, 7 and a half, we get 90, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, going to be 97 and a half, going to be $2 a pound, going to be 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2, 5, and 2 and a half, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, 205, and $2 5, we get 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 5, 3, 5, 205, and 2 and a 3, we get 5, 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 Doug, 7, 203. Yeah, you can go, CA. You're dismissed. 210, 11, and 210, 12 of the van, 210, 12 of the van, 210, 12 of the van, 210, 12 of the van. Here we're going to be $2 down 1, and $2 5, we get 5, we're going to be 2, we get 3, we get 4, we're going to be 2, 5, and now 5, 600, and 6, now 7, here, now 7, 7 of the van, we're going to be 200 of the van, we're going to be 7, bit of a day, here, we're going to be 7, bit of a day, here, we're going to be 7, now, hey, you're out now, Rob, 208, 209. 209, 209, and 10, and 29, 10, bit of a 10, 11, and 210, 11, 11, 210, 11, 12, 11, we get 11, 12, and 13, we get 13, we get 13, we get 13, going to be 13, we get 13, Gibbon Bull, 212, Gibbon Bull, 212. $185. $85 there. Going to be 85, 85, 85, 87 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 7 and a half, 90, 90, 92 and a half, 92 and a half, 91, and 93, 93, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 7, and 97, 97, 97, 99, 99, going to be 97, bit of a 92, and 99, 2, 99, 2, 1, and now 1, bit of a 1, 2, going to be 2, bit of a 2, going to be 2, bit of a 2, 201, bit of a 2 here, S, 201, 61X. 185, 85 there, going to be 85, 85, 87, going to be 90, 2 and a half, 95, 95, 95, 97, 97, going to be 2, and 97, going to be 2, 2 and a half, here, going to be 2 and a half, 2 and a half, what about the 1, 201, and now 2, 2, going to be 2, both out, 202, 3, and 3, going to be 4 here, going to be 2, 5 and a half, 5, going to be 600, and now 5 here, going to be 6 here, going to be 5 here, 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, halfway, and now 7, now 9 here, going to be 200, and 9, and 10, and 9, bit of a 10, and 9, 10, going to be 9, 10, bit of a 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 9, bit of a 10, S, 209. 61X. Red Bull. $1.50. $1.55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55. Here you're going to be 155. S, 153. Chris, you all right? I don't think so. Check on him, Doug. Still married? Okay, just checking. She's a Ford, she's a fun, $1.65. And a 5, has a 5, 7 and a half, 70, 70, 2 and a half, 75, 75, 77 and a half. And now Haiti going to be 81, 81, 81, 83, Haiti. And now Haiti 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, 85, 87, going to be 87, 91, 91, 90, there 90. And now here 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5. And 95 here, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, S, 190, 2 and a half, 11X. 8-year-old, she's 5 months bred. $1.05 and 105, going to get 10, 15, going to be 20, going to get 5, going to be 30, going to get 5, going to get 40, going to get 5, going to be 50, 155, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and now 65, and 65, and has to get a get your man 70, and now 75, and 75, 80, going to be 80 to 90, 191, $2 a pound, going to be 2, and 190, going to get 2, going to be 90, going to get 2, going to be 90, going to get 2, going to be 90, not 2, going to be 190, going to get 2, going to be 190, going to get 2, Dylan, 190. Little cripple, $1.35 and 35. You give 35, 35, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 37 and a half, going to be 37 and a half, 40 and a half, 40, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, 5 and 45, 47 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 50, going to get 50, 10, 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, 5 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 57, 60 and a half, 60, going to get 60 and a 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, 5 and 65, not 5 and 65, going to get 5 and 65, going to 5 here, D, 60, 2 and a half, 3. 6-year-old cow. She's 4 months bred. Yes, she is. 2,500. 25 and 25 and 25, 50 and 20, 5 and 25 and a half, 5 and a half, 5 and a half, 600 and 26 and a half, 7 and 27 and a half, 7 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 and a half, going to be 27 and a half, going to be 27 and a half, going to be 27 and a half, and 27, 50 and 20, 7 and a half, going to be 27 and a half. Here you go, 2,700. I don't want to. $250. 255 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255, 60, and now 65, and 65, 70, now 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 275, 80, and 285, 85, they're going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 285, going to be 285, going to 285, going to be 285, going to be 285 here, Coy, 280, 88. One and open. $1.50. $1.60, 70, 170, good to be 80, good to be 90, good to be 2, good to be 10, good to be 210, 20, and 220, 30, good to get 230, 240, 230, 240, and 30, 40, 50, good to get 250, and 260, good to be 250, now 260, and 250, 60, good to be 2 and a half, good to get 260, good to be 250, good to get 260, and tone, 250. $65 and $65 and $65 $65 and $65 $65 $7 70 now 70 and 70 70 70 70 could be 70 70 70 cabinet 67 and a half 10. Five by 3 plus 2100 and 21 and 21 and 21 21 21 21 21 21 2 we get 3 and 23 we get 3 and 23 we get 4 and 5 and 25 50 and 25 of the van but about 25 of the half of the half of the van going to be 25 of the 600 and 25 of the van going to be 26 and a half and 26 and a half 7 and 7 and 7 and a half 7 and a half 7 and a half 2800 and 28 800 8 and a half here 50 and 28 and a half here 8 and a half here going to be 28 and a half and 28 and a half here 8 and a half here Yost, 2,800. $1.05 and $100 here, good $100 here, good $105, 50 cents a pound, and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 20 and 25 and 20 and 5 here, 5 here. We're getting closer. There going to be 10, 12 and a half, and 10 and 12 and a half, going to be 10 and 12 and a half, going to be 10 and 12 and a half, going to be 10, 12, 50, and 10, 12 and a half, going to be 10 and 12 and a half. You guys want to play 12 and a half cents a pound? D, 10 cents a pound, 3X.
Yeah. Slow, sick. Wore out. You're gonna die. What else you gonna die?
$1.50. $1.55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, $1.30 and 35 and 35 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 30, now 5, group 30, 35, group 30, 35, 35, 35, 35, sold 130. Yes, one. Let's get our yard out. Remind everybody we do have a cow sale next Monday. We'll be shut down the rest of the week. We will have a sale next Monday. Just cows. I guess if we have anything that shows up, we'll sell them Monday. She too bad for your deal? I just want to make everybody happy today. I've been in a pretty good mood all weekend. What? She crippled? A little bit crippled. She's 9-year-old. She's 7 months bred. 1,500. 15 and a half, 16 and a half, now 17, going to be high, going to be 18, going to be high, going to be 19, going to be 19 and a half, going to be 2,000, 20, 50, and 21, 21, 21 and a half, and 21 and a half, going to be 2,200 and a half, going to be 22 and a half, here, going to be 2250, and 20, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 20, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 22 and a half, going to get 22 and a half, here, sold her 2,200, Dylan. Here's a 4-year-old we held. $2, 205, and 205, and 205, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, 205, and 205, we get 5, and a 5 here, 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, and a 5 here, $55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and half 5, 70, and half 70, 75, and 75, 80, 5, 85, 90 here, 190, 190, 190 here, 190, going to be 190, we get 90, going to be 90, we get 90 here, 185, 11X. $55, 55, 55, 55, 7, 57, 7, 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7, 7, 7, 70, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 750, and 70, now 7 and a half, 77 and a half, 80, and half there, 81, here, going to be 81, 81, 81, 81, 81, 81, 81, here, going to be 81, bit of one, going to be 81, Doug, 180, 5. Waiting. 55, 55, 55, 55, 7, 57, 7, 7, 57, 7, 7, 57, 50, 50, now 7, 60, we get 60, we get 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, 5, and 5, 5, 5, and 5, we get 5, daughter S, 62 and a half on 2. They play tonight. You watching? 10-year-old cow. She's 8 months bred. 2,000. 20, 100, and 21, and 21, and 21, 21, 22, we get 3, and 23, we get 4, and 24, we get 5, and 25, 50, and 25 of the bag, going to be 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 25, 50, and 25 of the half, half of the half, half of the bag, going to be 25 of the bag, going to be 25 of the bag, going to be 20, we get 5 of the bag, Dylan, 20, 500. We hear 35, and 35, 35, 40, we get 5, we get 55, 55, 57, about 60, we get 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7, 70, we get 72 and a half, 70, we get 2 and a half, going to be 71, 2, and 2, 71, 2, and 71, going to be 2, 71, 2, 71, or 2, 71, bit of 2, 2, 2, here, Doug, 171, 5X. $225, and $225, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 210, 11, and 210, 211, and 210, 211, 11, 11, 210, 211, 12, and 12, and 13, we get 13, we get 14, we get 14, 15, 250, 16, and 67, and 7, 17, 18, going to be 18, going to be 18, going to be 18, going to be 18, 19, and 19, going to be 19, 20, and 220, going to be 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, here, going to be 221, and 221, daughter one, here, daughter one, here, daughter one, 21 here, given bull, 220. 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 250, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, and half 5, we get 7 and a half, 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 600, and half 5, going to be 6 here, and 2, 6, 7, and 7, 7, 8 here, and half 7, 8, 9, going to be 2 and a half, 9, 10, going to be 9, 10, 11, and 11, 12, and 12, and 11, 12, and 13, we get 13, we get 13, 12, and 13, we get 13, we get 13, we get 13 here, S, 212, 61X.
Texas.
155 and 55 and 55 and 55, 55, 75, 57, going to be 60, we get 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 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 6, 7, and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7, going to be 68, and 8 and 7, 8 and 9, and 9, we get 9, going to be 9, we get 9, going to be 69, and 9, daughter, going to be 9, we get 9, going to be 9, going to be 9, now 9, now here, 9 here, sold 168, given.
She may have been older than that. I don't know how old she was. 25, maybe 30, maybe 30. And they were all heading up here to go to their cousin's wedding in Nebraska.
Waiting on you, Coy. Oakley.
Something good must be fixing to come in.
55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, 7, 60, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, and 5, and 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, we get 70, and 2 and a half, 70, we get 2 and a half, 72, 50, and 70, we get 2 and a half, what about 1, 71, 2, and 72, 71, 2, 71, 2, 3, and 73, 74 here, 74, 74, 74 to 5, 75 here, 75 here, 74, 75, 74 to 5, 74, 5, 600, and 75, 600, and 75, 6, 7, 77, we get 77, we get 78, 77, $8, and 77, we get 77, we going to be 77 now, here, Jace, 177.30.
Jace 30.
William here at 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7, going to be 60, we get 2 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 750, and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 70, and now 70, going to be 970, and 9 here, going to be 70, we get 70, we get 70, we get 70, 9 here, 70, and 70, 70, 70, we get 70, 70 there, going to be 70, 70 there, going to be 70, we get 70, now 1, and 70, 71, 71, 71, 71, 2, jig is a 1, 71, 71, D, 170, on 2, X. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 1, and to get 1, has to get 1, to get 1, 2, group 2, we get 2, group 2, group 2, 61, 62, and to get 1, 2, group 2, we get 2, Jason in, 61, 62, and to get 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, we get 2, 1 down to Jason, 161, 30. $65, and $5, has $5, $5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 2 and a half, 72 and a half, 75 here, 73, 73, 73, 72 and a half, 3, and 2 and a half, 3, and 2 and a half, 3, 4, and 74, 74, 73, 74, 73, 4, 73, 4, 73, 4, 73, 4, 73, 4, Kyle, 173, 2-1. $35, and 35, 35, 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 40, we get 40, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, 7 and a half, 7 and 50, and 2 and a half, 52, 50, and 5, and 55, 55, 53, 5, and 53, we get 7, 57, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 75, now 7, and 7, now group 9, now 61, and to get 1, now 3, we get 3, and 1, group 3, 5, and to get 5, and to get 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 5, group 67, and to get 7, and 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 7 here, D, 165, 3. Nine, 10-year-old cows are 6 months bred, 2,100. 21, and 21, and 20, and 21, 21, 2100, here, 1, here, 21, here, 21, 21, 21, 50, and 21 half, and 21 and a half, not 2, and 23, we get 2 and a half, 22 and a half, 300, we get 3, and a half, here, and a half, and 24, and 24, 24, 24, 24, 24, 24, now 4, and 20, we get 400, we get 20, we get 400 and a half, 24 and a half, and 24, 50, and 20, we get 4 and a half, what about a quarter, 24 and a quarter, and 24 and a quarter, going to be 24 and a quarter here, so about 20, 400, Jace, 10. Three-year-old cripple, $2. $2.05, and $2.05, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, and 205, and $2.05, we get 5, and a 5 here, and a 5, we get 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 5, and a 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, Terry, $2, 11. $0.50 a pound. 55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 70, 80, 90, $1, 10, 20, $10, 120. Did you bid Terry? Sold 110 and Tone. Ten-year-old cow, she's 6 months bred, guys. I'm going to weigh her to you. $1.65, and to get a 5, has to get a 5, now 5, and to get a 5, has to get a 70, 170, 5, now 70, and now 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, Ricardo, 165. To 10, and to 10, we get 12 and a half, 15, 17 and a half, 20, and now 20, we get 2 and a half, what about 1, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, here, we're going to be 221, and 222, and 22, 22, 22, 22, 3, and 23, we get 3, we're going to be 23, we get 3, we're going to be 23, we get 3, 4, and 23, we get 4, we're going to be 23, we get 4, we're going to be 224 here, Doug, 223, 7. Okay, boo, 210, 11, and 210, 211, and 210, 211, 210, 211, 12, and 12, and 13, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, and 50, 50, 50, 16, 50 there, 17, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, and 19, group 20, get 20 there, group 20, get 20 there, group 20, 20 there, group 20 here, 20 here, and 20 here, sort of a 219, Doug 7.
Cows get hot already.
That'll be 105, and 105 here, good 105 here, good 105, get 5, get 5, get 5, get 5, now 5 here, now 5, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105 here, now 70 cents a pound, 75,
Sprinkler pen. They got 'em.
75, if they're on yet, 75, 75, 80, 5, 90, 5, dollar, 5, 10, 15, 20, D 115, 0, 3. $65, and $5, hands $5, now 5, hands $55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, just extra protein right there, 55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 35, and 35, 37 and a half, 42 and a half, 2 and a 5, 45, 47 and a half, 47 and 50, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, and down 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 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 here's on 165, cabinets 10, cab 10, 1 by 7, 3,000. 30, 100, and 31, and 31, and 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 3100, and 31, and 3100 here, 1, here, 1 here, 1 here, going to be 30, 100, and 3100 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, Macklemore, 3,000. Goodbye. Good rip. You like her, Kate? You don't like her? You do like her. I think so. Daughter, 100 bid, 105, and 105 here, good 105 here, good 105, 105, and 105, and 105 here, good 105, and 5 here, S1, $1. $10 by 6 here, 2,100 and 21, 21 and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2, and 21, 2, and 21, 2, 21, 200 here, 2, 3, and 23 and a half, 3 and a half, 23 and a half, 23 and a half, 23, 50, and 23 and a half here, half and a half, 23, 50, and 20, 23 and a half, 20, 23 and a half, 23 and a half here, Ricardo, 2,300. These old heavy, older cows have kind of slipped down the pole a little bit on the prices. What's the deal? Summer? That's a bad habit. Dollar pound. $5 and 105 here, good 105 here, good 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, and 105, 105, good 105 here, S, $1. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, going to be 60, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, and 65, 7 and a half, 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 and 67 and a half, and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 67 and a half, 67 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, here, Doug, 165.5. She sees in the dark. Daughter bid 105, 105, and 105 here. Good 105, 85, 85. She's a 10-year-old. She's 5 months bred. Dollar pound. Daughter 5, and 105, 10, and 110, 105, 10, good to be 105, 10, 15, daughter 15, 20, and 25, good to be 25, 25, 25, and 30, 30, and 30, and 25, 30, 25, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, good to be 25, 30, here, so at 125, Doug, 5X. 65, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 70, now 2 and a half, 72 and a half, 71, and 72, 71, 2, 71, 2, 71, 2, 71, 2, now John, you're out, 72, 73, and 72, 3, and 73, 53, and 3, 4, 74, 74 and a 5 here, 75, 75, 600, and 76, 7, 77, 77, 77, 77, now 77 here, sold, 176, S2.
By 3.
10 years, and she's 3 months bred. Daughter 30. 135, and 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 40, 40, 45, 45, 50, and daughter 50, and 45, 50, and 45, 50, 45, 50, and 45, 50, 45, 50, 45, now 50, and 45, now 50, and 45, 50, tire out, and 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, here, Jace, 145, 10. Ah, sorry, Doug. Bag it. 135, and 35, you give out 35, 35, 35, 35, 40, and 35, 37 and a half, 7 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 and a half, going to be 37 and 40, and half, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, going to be 40, 40, 40, going to be 40, and so 137 and a half, Doug, 5X. With the boo here, 175, and 75, 5 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, going to be 175, and 75, 75, 75, 75, 75 half, and 77 and a half, 77 and a half, going to be 77 and a half, going to be 77 and a half, and 77 and a half here, Doug, 175, 7.
Skid steer hitting it.
To 21, and to 21, and 21, we get 3 and a 5, 25, 27, 27, 29, and 29, and 31, and 31, 31, 2, 32, 33, 33, 33, 34, 34, and 4 here, 33, 34, and 33, we get 4, 5, and 35, 600, 36, 7, 37, we get 37, we get 37, and 6, 7, and 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 7 here, so about 236, Doug, 7. We are. to 21, and 21, and 20, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, and to 21, $1, hey, 21, hey, 21, 21, 21, 21, 10, 11, and 10, 11, and 10, 11, and 12, and 12, and 13, 13, 13, to 14, 14, 15, 216, and 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 19, and 19, and 19, 20, and 20, 20 there, 20, 20 there, 20, 20 there, 20 here, 20, 20 there, 20 here, Doug, 7 to 19.
How long at halftime? How long of a halftime break?
I guess one of those hot night guys was, I know you, Kevin.
The one that I know valued it.
No, straight 115. I didn't know, so you, Brandon.
As he is got done a bit, 105, and 105 here, good to be 105, 85, 85, 85, 85, 105, 105, and 105 here, 110, good to be 110 now, 15, and now 25, and 25, and 30, 30, 35, 35, 35, 40, 40, 40, 35, 45, and 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, good to be 45, and 40, 45, good to be 45, 50, and now 50, 50, 157 and a half, 50, and now 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, and now 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 72 and a half, and 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 77 and a half here, so 175D, Bull-X. $2, 2 and a half, and $2, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half here, 155, and 55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55, now 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, now 55, 50, 60, and now 5, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 70, 70, 175, and 75 here, 72, 50, and 72 and a half, 5, and 75 and a half, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 750, and 77 and a half here, 77 and a half here, given bull 175X. $250. 255, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 260, and 55, 60 there, and half high, and 70, 270, 270, and 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, Terry, 265, 11, 12, 12. Us, no. You'd know about it if you did. $55, and 55, and 55, and 55, 55, $55, 7 and a half, 57, and 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and 70, 70, 2 and a half, 75, 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 80, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, 85, 87, group 87, group 90, 2 and a half, 95, and 97, group 97, group 200 pound, 2 and a half, group 25, and 25, 7 and a half, 7 and 10, group 210, and 7 group 10, 12 group 10, and 12 group 210, 1250, and 10, 12 group 210, 12 group 210, 12 here, Doug, 210, 6. $2. $2.05 and $2.05. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5 at 10. Going to be 210, 15, 20. We get 5. We get 30. We get 5. Going to be 40, 240 and 35, 40, 40, 40. We get 40 to 40 and 35, 40. We get 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 40 now. 40 here. 40 here. Chris 235 9. $2, 2.5 and $2, 2.5. We get 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 2.50 and $2.5 here. Half here. 181. 81 3. 81 3. 81 3 there. 81. 83 and now 3. 83. We get 3. 3. 83. We get 3 here. 81 3 here. Gibbon Bull 181. $2.25 and 27 and a half, 7 and 30. We get 30 and 2 and a half, 35, 35, 37 and a half, 37 and 37 and a half, and 30. We get 7 and a half. Going to be 37 and a half, 6, 7 and 37. We get 30 here. Going to be 9. We get 9 and 9, 40. We get 40. Going to be 40, 39, 40 and 39, 40 and 40, 40. We get 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 40 here. Gibbon Bull 239. To 10, 11, and to 10, to 11, to 10, to 11, 10, 11, 11, to 10, to 11, 10, 11, 11, to 10, to 11, 10, 11, 12, and 12, and 13, we get 13, we get 14, we get 14, to 14, 14, and 14, to 14, we get 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 14, here's sort of a 2, 13, Kevin a Spool. Hot case.
See on the straight, narrow, straight, and cases. No. What about Rollins? You gotta be, don't he? Rollins. Cody.
$85, 85 there, you're going to be 85, we get 95, 95, 95, 2, and down 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, and 2 and a 5, we get 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 5, 205, and 2 out of 5, we get 5, 5 here, 5, 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, 5 here, you're going to be 5 here, here, sort of a 202, 50, Gibbon Bull. I've got a dog at my house that is free to a good or bad home if anybody wants her. She chases the dadgum UPS drivers back in their truck and jumps in there with them. Huh? Well, that's what I say. Take off with her. She jumps up in the dadgum truck with them. 185, $8.85, 85, 87, going to be 87, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, going to be 80, 90, and then 92 and a half, 92 and a half, 5, 95, 97, 97, 97, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 205, and 2 and a 5, we get 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 5, 7 and a half, 3, 5, 205, 2, 3, 5, and 2, 5, and 2, 5 and a half, 7, and 7 and 7, and 7 and 7 and 9, going to be 209, and now 9, bit of a 9, 207, going to be 9, bit of a 9, 10, 2, 9, 10, 2, 9, 10, and now 11, and to 10, to 11, and 11, 11, 211, 211, and 211, we get 211, we get 211, we get 211, we get 211 here, 211 here, Debo. 210.
Okay.
Yeah, when we have something delivered, Darcy's got to go get her and throw her in the house.
That's old Jersey steer, isn't it? $1.50. $1.55 and 55 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 75, 57, 57, going to be 60, we get 60, we get 2.5 and 2.5 and 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, 2.5, 1, 3, 61, 3 and half 3, we get 3 and 1, going to be 3, we get 3, we get 3, Doug, 161.5.
Get a dog.
$2, 2.5, and $2, 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, but about that, here go to 2.5, we get 2.5, here go to 2.5, and $2, 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, 85, 85, 85, 87, go to 87, go to 90, we get 90, 2.5, 95, and 95, 97, 97, go to 2, and 97, go to 2, we get 2, go to 2, go to 2, 92, we get 2, Doug, 197.5, 7. 210, 11, and 210, 11, 210, 11, 11, 210, 11, 11, 11, 210, 11, 11, Jubit, tied, 210, 11, and 211, and 210, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, $2 time 1, and 2, 2, we get 3, and 3, we get 4, and 3, we get 4, and half 5 here, 6 quarter, and 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, 9, good with 9, 9, 10, and 9, 10, 11, and 2, 11, 210, 11, 11, 11, 210, 11, 11, 11, 210, 11 here, good with 210, 211 here, Gibbon, Bull, 210. I know it. Where's Brother? Eight to 10-year-olds here, boys. How there? 55 and 55 and 55, 57, 57, 7, 7, 7, 60, and down 2.5. We get 2.5. We get 2.1. As you get 1, 2, go to 2, we get 2, go to 2, we get 3, we get 3, go to 3, we get 3, go to 2, we get 3, go to 2, we get 3, go to 63, and hand 3, and hand 2, go 4. As you get 4, 5, 6, 67, and hand 7, hand 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, here, go to be 7, 7, here, go to be 7, Jace, 166, 30. Say it again. 8 to 10-year-old cows are 5 months bred. 5 months cows right there. $1.55 and 55 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 57, 57, going to be 60 and 57, 2.5, 5 and 65, 7.5, 70, now 5, now 80, 175, 80 and 75, 85, 85, 85 here, 90, 190, 190, 190, 190 here, 190 here, 187.5, 87, 50, 87, going to be 80, 90 and 90 here, 190 here, 190, 90, 90, 90, 90 here, Jace, 187.5, 10. $2, 2.5, and $2, 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, we get 5, going to be 7, going to be 10, 12 of van, 10, 12 of van, 10, 12 of van, going to be 10, 12, 50, dug out, and 12 of hand, 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 210, 11, and 210, 11, 11, 11, 210, 11, 11, 210, 11 here, Gibbon Bull, 210. Nine, 10-year-old cows out there. 8 to 10-year-olds here. 155 and 55 and 55 and 55, 57, going to be 60. We get 2.5. We get 5, 7.5 and 7.5, 70. We get 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71. Going to be 170 point and 70 point and 70, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, and 71. We get 71. We get 70 point and 70, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71 here. Gibbon 170 on 2.
Luke, get 703.
Okay. Old by 3. Cripple count 135 and 35. You give out 35, 35, 35, 35, 35. Daughter be at 105 and 105 and 105. Here, go to 105. You get 5, 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 you get 5. 5 to be at 5 and 10 and 10 here, 10 and 10 10, 15 and 10 and 15 here, 110. You get 15. You're going to be 110. You get 15. You're going to be 110. You get 15. Sold 110 S1.
I think this counts pretty bad. They must be out of stock. She gonna make it, Oakley? Will she make it through? If you don't think she'll make it, just put her to the side.
Have you heard that Cooper Allen song? Plead the fifth of July. Some of the kids walk up songs.
Oh, yeah. We went to the Smokies baseball game in
Smokies?
Nashville.
Who would their affiliate be?
Chicago.
Oh, yeah? Was it the Cubs? Yeah.
I think so.
Tennessee Smokies?
So was
That's
there
right. I think that's right.
Major
Yeah.
League, Double A, Triple A?
Yeah, their AAA team's in Iowa.
Thought that
Iowa
was
Cubs.
thought they
I
were.
bet that's their A team or double A team.
Oh, there's more than that.
You got A, double A, triple A,
So what's Oklahoma City?
the Dodgers.
Yeah, but what are they?
Triple A.
$2, 2.5, and $2, 2.5. To get 2.5, to get 2.5, to get 2.5, to get 2.5, and 2.5, to get 250, and $2, 2.5, to get 2.5, to get 2.5 here, 85, 85 here, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 87, going to be 87, going to be 90, and 90, 92.5, 92.50, and 92.5, here, 95 here, 95, 97, 97, 97, 7, 7, D, 195, boo.
Yeah, Oklahoma City's triple A.
Is that the next step? That's the first step down for Major League?
Yep. Like when they usually get hurt, they usually go to triple A to get rehab.
So how we go Major League, Triple A?
Just like and A, double A, triple A, major. A, double A, and then triple A. A, yep, it just goes up, yep.
I'll go, not a bit. 105 and 105 here. Go to 105. To get 5. To get 5. To get 5. 5 here. 105 10. Going to be 110, 15, 120 and 25, 25, 20, 25, 30 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 40. To get 40. To get 40. 37 and 40 and 40, 40, 40 and 40 and 40, 40. To get 42 and a half. To get 2 and a half. Going to be 250 and 40. To get 2 and a half. 5 and 45. 45, 45, 45 here. 5 to get 5 and a 5 here. Going to be 145 and 45 there. To get 45. To get 45. To get 45. To get 45 here. Here. Cabinet's 142 and a half. X. Ten-year-old cows are 5 and 6 months bred. 2100 and 21 and 21 and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 15 and 2 and 22 and a half and 2 and a half. 3 and 23, 3 and 23 and a half. 23 50 and 23 and a half here. Half here. Half and a half. Going to be 23 and a half and 23 and a half here. Half and a half here. Give a half here. So 2300. Dylan. 10 by 2 and 10 by 4. $1.55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 7 and a half. 57 and a half. 7 and a half. 7 and a half. 7 and a half. 7 and a half. 60. And down 2 and a half. 5. And zig 5. And zig 5. Zig 5. Zig 5. Zig 5. Zig 5. Zig 5. 165. And zig 5. And zig 5. Zig 5. Zig 5. 7 and a half. Now 7 and a half. Now 7 and a half. And 67. 7 and a half. 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 Going to be 7 and a half. Going to get 67 and a half here. D. 165. 3.
What? Did he really? His son's that old? How old is he? Our age? 40? Yeah. 25?
135 and 35. You about 35, 35, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 40. We get 40 now, 42 and a half, 5 and 45, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 50. We get 50 now, 50, 49, 50 and 45. We get 51, 51, 51, 51, 2, 3. We get 53. We get 53. We get 53. We get 54 and 54, 5 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 54, 5 and 54 and 5, 56, 55. Going to be 6, 7 and 57. We get 57, 58 and 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, we get 57. D 157, 3x. Five years old, she's 6 months bred. 2100, 21, 21, and 21, 2100, 21, 22, and 22, and 22, 2200, 23, and 23, and 24, and 25, and 25, 25, 2500, 5 here, 600, and 25, 67, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, internet house, 7, and 2700, and 6, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 700, going to be 2700, and 7 here, and 7 here, and 7, and 7, 7, Warfield, 2600, Warfield. 5-year-old here, 155, and 55, and 57, going to be 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, going to be 7 and a half, 70 down, 2 and a half, 72, 50, and 70, we get 2 and a half, 75, and 75, 5 here, 75 here, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 80, and now 80 here, at 980, and 980, we get 980, we get 9, going to be 80 D, 179, 2. 5 and 125, 25, 30, and 25, we get 30, we get 5, we get 40, we get 5, we get 55, 55, 55, 55, about 60, and now 60 there, 5, going to be 60, 5, we get 60, Gibbon, 155, Gibbon. Eight-year-old, 6 months, 155, and 55, and 55, 57, going to be 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, and we get 5, and we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, we get 70, we get 2 and a half, 75, and 77 and a half, 77, 50, and 70, we get 77 and a half here, 77 and a half here, now half here, S, 175, 7. 10 here, she's 4 months bred, boys right there, 155, and 55, and 55, 57, going to be 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, and 7 and a half, 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 70, we get 70, we get 70, and 70, we get 70, we get 70, we get 70, Dylan, 67 and a half.
How many head do you think? 111. Okay. How will you build them in?
B.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. Just tell them to build them in like that, and I'll take care of them.
7 by 5. 155, 55, 55, 75, 57, 57, 57, 57, 57, 60, 60, 2 and a half, 65, and 7 and a half, and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 70, 70, 170, 170, 170, and 70, 70, 70, 70, 2 and a half, 72, 50, and 70, Dillinger, 72 and a half, and 70, 2 and a half, going to be 70, 2 and a half, 72 and a half, sold 170 online buyer Diaz.
Okay, yep, just holler at me Tuesday evening and I'll have
Boo's got a bump on my side, $1.50. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, 105, 55, and 55, and 57, and 7, 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 and 60, and now 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, and 65, and 65, 65, 7, and 7, and 70, we get 72 and a half, and 75, and 75, 77 and a half, 77, 80, 80, we get 2 and a half, 82 and a half, 80, we get 2 and a half, group 80, we get 2 and a half, group 80, and 2 and a half here, Doug, 186. 210, 11, and 210, 11, and 210, 11, 11, 210, 11, 12, and 12, and 13, 13, 14, 15, going to be 16, 17, going to be 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, and 21, 21, 20, and 20, 20, there, going to be 20, 20, there, going to be 20, 20, there, going to be 20, going to be 21, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, giving Boo 221.
Who was that?
Chris Didier. 2 loads of 1,000 pounders.
$55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 65, and 65, 70, 70, 75, and 75, 80, 80, 80, 180, 180, and 75, 80, 80, 80, Doug, 175, 7.
That's 7.
185, 85 there, going to be 85, 85, 87, 87, 87, 90, 2 and a half, 95, and 95, 97, 97, 97, 97, 50, and 97, 97, 7, 7, 2, and 97, going to be 2, 201, and 201, 2, and then 2, 2, 3, and 203, 4, and then 4, 4, 4, and 3, 4, go to 3, 4, Doug, 203, 7. To 10, 11, and to 10, to 11, to 10, to 11, 12, and 12, and 14, to 16, going to be 18, going to be 18, bit of 18, going to be 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, cabinets, 216, boo. Pure Wagyu, isn't he?
Wagyu.
201, and 201, now 1, now 3, 5, group 7, group 9, and 2, 11, 2, 11, 13, 30, 17, 30, 15, now 15, and 30, 17, and 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 15, 17, and 15, 17, group 15, 17, cabinets bull, 215. 225, and 225, and 25, 25, 20, 11, 11, and 210, 11, 210, 211, 210, 211, 211, 12, and 13, we get 13, we get 14, we get 15, and 50, 50, 16, and 60, 17, we get 17, and 17, 18, 18, 18, going to be 17, going to be 18, and 17, 18, and 17, 18, 17, now 18, Gibbon Bull, 217. You're not sorting today? You're not sorting today? You already done? Waiting on trucks? Four to 5-year-old. $1.50. 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 55, 63, 55, 63, 55, 60, and $1.55, 160, and 55, 63, 55, 60, 5, 65, and now 70, 170, 70, 75, 70, half 70, and 70, and 73, 70, 70, 70, 70, here, Doug, 67 and a half, 5. Halftime. All right, guys, go take a little break. 210, 11, and 210, 11, 210, 11, 11, and 211, we get 211, 12, and 12, 13, we get 13, we get 14, 14, 15, and 50, 50, 15, hey, 40, 50, 16, and 17, 17, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 18, 19, 18, 19, 19, give him 218, boo.
Yaba.
185, 85 there, going to be 87 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 87.50, 87 and a half, going to be 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 90, we get 90, 92 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, and 95, we get 97 and a half, going to be 97 and a half, now 2, and down 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, here, giving bull, $2, 2, giving bull, 2. $185, 85 there, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 87 and a half, 90, and down 90, 92 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 95, 7 and a half, 97 and a half, 97 and a half, 97, 50, and 90, 7 and a half, going to be 90, 7 and a half, giving bull 295.